relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. While I take totes, relax and take notes. While I take totes of the marijuana smoke, relax and take notes. While I take totes, relax and take notes. While I take totes of the marijuana smoke.
Yo. What it do? Oh, hold on, this dog is a motherfucker, that motherfucker. Hold on, what's good, people? Welcome to the Urban Sportsman Review. It's your boy KB, and we are in here. We out in the boat right now, and I'm down here in Waxahachie, Texas. How about that? Punxsutawney Phil and all that other type of shit like that. But in the end, nigga, we feeling good. We feeling good on this Thursday evening. Man, I can't wait till the ink dry. I got a lot of things to share with y'all, and it's just burning me up inside that I can't do it. But happy holidays again to everybody that wasn't here last week, might not have joined us. Happy New Year and all that good stuff. Yeah, I mean, it is the 10th. It is the 10th right now, ain't it? That's what it is. No, damn, I'm 2 days off. It's the 12th. And we in here, we're gonna talk a little bit about this playoff football that's going on. Who got cut, who lost their job, all that good stuff like that. Yeah, man. Got my man Jay in the building. Got my man Jason in the building. Our condolences to the brother Duncan. Lost his dad and everything. Yeah, I see it, Jay. Yeah, man. So what we gonna do? We gonna, we pre-gamer right now, and I ain't even spark up yet. I ain't do none of that yet. It ain't but too many games going on. So I want to say, shout out to my man, Katie in Bel Air. That's 25 and up. Yeah, I mean, 25 and up. Yeah, I mean, and just in case y'all didn't know, I'm banging them real quick right now while I start pre-gaming and I bring the gang up. So they're gonna join us and we're gonna talk that stuff. Y'all gonna have to get used to us. We're gonna be around for a minute. YouTube, I'm gonna spark the CBD. Yeah, I mean, but I'm gonna rock out right now though. Hold up. I've been in these streets all day. Matter of fact, girl, I'm on my way. Pulled up, goddamn girl, look at that body. You already got me bobbing. The top down when we riding. Cause we keep it popping. We keep it popping. We keep it popping. January 22nd, if y'all in the Oklahoma area, holla at the boys. The number 2, EAZYONTHEEYES at gmail.com if you're an actor, a model, a stylist, a designer. You in this fashion world, get with me. We about to shoot this TV series, y'all. And I got room for the soundtrack. Got room for the score. Get with me. Whether we rolling, smoking, drinking, flying, hoping, we keep it popping. We keep it popping. We keep it popping. We keep it popping. What up, Jay? What up, Jason? How y'all brothers feeling today?
Hey, feeling good, man. Good on this Thursday. You know, every day alive is a great day. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody made it in the new year. Peace and love to Duncan and his family. I send my prayers and my condolences to him. And let's just get to it, man. Wild card weekend. You know, the season is over with. Let's get to the playoffs, second season. Let's go.
That's right.
All right. So what you got going on? Let me change the background real quick. go there with it. So what you got for us? What you got going on for us?
Okay, so let's jump into it, man. You know, on Saturday we got the first game of the day at 4:30. We got the Seattle Seahawks going against the San Francisco 49ers. Everybody, listen to this. This is a division game. They played each other about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and San Francisco destroyed them. But like I said, it's the second season. We got San Francisco with Brock Purdy, a rookie quarterback, right? How is he going to do with the bright lights on his first playoff game? Seattle, Geno Smith, can he take the next step? You know, he had an impressive year, and I guess Seattle picked right when they traded Russell Wilson, because you see how Russell Wilson did in Denver, and look how Geno did in Seattle. So with that being the intro, Jason, go ahead and tell me what you got in this game today.
Okay, 49ers, Seahawks, currently 10-point favorite going towards the 49ers. But I've been checking the weather, man. I don't know if you checked it, what's going to be going on in this game Saturday night. They're calling for heavy rain and wind, 90%. So that's going to affect both quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
Which quarterback? We'll find out. We do know the 49ers, they're on a 10-game winning streak. 10. Brock Purdy, since he's came in and become the starter, he's 5-0. We do know that Seattle beat the 49ers both times this season. Geno, he averaged about 215 yards a game in those games. One stat that I looked at and was like, wow, I couldn't believe Seattle Seahawks had the ball twice in the red zone. Twice in both games combined. They were in the red zone twice. That just shows you how dominant this 49ers defense has been and continues to play.
Volume 71. Mute. 71. Mute.
He has 7 touchdowns in his last 4 games. Last 4 weeks. So Kittle's been playing amazing. McCaffrey, we know he's going to do his thing. He's been a touchdown machine ever since he got traded. That's like the best thing that could have happened to him. So you know it's going to be a running game. I think it's going to come down to the running backs, obviously. I just think the 49ers defense, man, they're just so stout and sound at everything they do, and they put that pressure on your quarterback. And I just think it's going to be a struggle for Geno. You know, Pat, the coach's going to have his defense ready. Seahawks, they're an experienced team, but the way the 49ers are playing right now, I just don't see no way they can keep up with this 49ers team the way they've been playing. So with that being said, I know the spread is 10. I'm going to keep it close around there. I'm going to say 24-16 49ers. What you got?
I like it. I mean, what I'm looking at is, like you said, Seattle struggled against San Francisco this year. San Francisco beat them both times. Geno struggled, turned the ball over a lot. But since you said it's going to be raining,
it
comes down to the running game. Exactly. Seattle has the rookie Kenneth Walker, who's been running the ball really, really well this year. If Geno can cut down on the turnovers, it's going to be a close game, like you suggested.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, like I said, Brock Purdy is the light's too bright. I know they got Deebo Samuel back last week, so now they have full strength. They got Kinlaw back on that defensive line, and Bosa's back, and now they're going on all cylinders. But what I did realize is when they went into Las Vegas and Jarrett Stidham, a mobile quarterback that can move around a little bit, gave them trouble. Sure. And they have trouble on that back end. So if you can avoid them putting that pressure on you and you can get the ball out your hands quickly, they can be had on the back end. With that being said, I just don't have the faith in Seattle being able to score enough against that San Francisco defense. And like you said, I got it being a close game, maybe 24-17, 24-20, something like that.
Okay.
But I do got San Francisco winning. But this is one of those games with the weather being that it is, we could see an upset.
And we could see a lot of turnovers.
A lot of turnovers. And Brock Purdy, like you said, sure, he's on a 5-game winning streak, but he's still a rookie.
He is a rookie.
This is the second season, and things become that much more crucial, and a lot of pressure is put on you in the postseason. So we'll just see what happens. It's the first game. And also being the first game, he don't have a chance to watch another team play and see that atmosphere. So he's going to be the first game of Saturday, and he's going to have to get out there and show out.
True.
San
And,
Francisco made the trades to be in contention to win the Super Bowl this year. Let's see, because the last couple years they made it a certain place, but Jimmy Garoppolo coughed it up and they couldn't get over the hump.
Okay.
So now they got all the pieces in place, made that crucial trade for McCaffrey. Let's see if they can get it done. I'm not sure, but definitely for this game, I'm going with San Francisco.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna just say one more thing. In regards to Seattle, hey, they're playing with house money, man. They don't really have anything to lose. They weren't even supposed to be here, technically.
Correct.
They got in, they backdoored in, so they can just go out there and just play free. And you just never know. Hey, them boys, they might just go out there, put it out on the line, and play for each other. And you just never know. I'm not saying they're going to win, but it could be closer than what we think.
And I agree with you. I agree with you on that. It's because if Seattle's able to get the lead and put more pressure on Purdy to make plays, it will be that kind of game. So if Seattle goes out there, get a quick turnover, their defense gets a turnover and put them in advantageous position to score real quickly, that'll take the pressure off of Seattle and put the pressure back on San Francisco. So I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Go ahead, KB.
Go ahead, KB.
So is it safe to say that Seattle knew what they was doing with Russell Wilson?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because he sure enough ain't earned his 42 mil or whatever that is.
Well, yes, I agree with that. But it was his first year. You know, the coach, they fire him mid-season? I mean, the end of the season?
They fired him like week 13, 14, something like that.
I mean, you go into a brand new system your first year. A lot of quarterbacks struggle in their first year of a brand new system when they're so acclimated to being in one certain system. So let me see what he does next year.
I thought they built the system around him.
Nah, actually, what happened is Nathaniel Hackett came from the Green Bay system. So with all the controversy with Aaron Rodgers, they thought that it's a possibility that Aaron Rodgers would come to Denver. So Nathaniel Hackett was like the offensive coordinator for Green Bay. He understood Aaron Rodgers. So he got to Green Bay. He got to Denver, and Aaron Rodgers didn't come. So then all of a sudden they made a trade for Russell Wilson. And he still had the same kind of system that Aaron Rodgers ran. That's why Russell Wilson struggled so much.
And he's not an Aaron Rodgers. That's just not his game.
So Nathaniel Hackett came in with one mindset to go with what he thought was going to be the system. But what you got to understand is when you get a different quarterback, you got to change your system to fit your personnel. He didn't do that.
True.
He didn't do that. So he came in, looked at the personnel, and didn't understand how he can make the change. Just like in life, you got to make adjustments. He didn't make no adjustments, and that's why they struggled.
None. It was a lot of games to where you could tell, like, normally when a quarterback with that kind of veteran status, they'll get the option to them to audible or change a play at the line of scrimmage. I saw a lot of games where he was just like, okay, whatever the coach called, that's what I'm going with. Like he had no power at all.
How come with some guys, some QBs, it's the coach, but with other QBs, it's the player?
It depends on.
Because he an MVP, Super Bowl winning ass quarterback. I would think that while he out there on the field, at some point he'd be like, man, F all this. I'm gonna do what I need to do to win.
You would think.
But the difference is it's a first year coach. And a coach that's never been a head coach. So he acclimated. So I think that's the issue.
So that's more of a reason. That's more of a reason
for him to be able to walk on the field and make something happen no matter where you at.
Right. That's more of a reason for him to be like, man, fuck what he's saying. I'll do this.
But the plays are the plays, though, yo. Even if you go off script, right? The play is already set. If you go off script, is everybody going to be on the same page as you? He doesn't have that familiarity with those players because it's his first year.
I think he had that freedom in Seattle.
Yo, I'm the quarterback. I'm calling the plays in the huddle. I'm gonna call whatever the fuck I want to call. You just gonna have to bench me then, right? I mean, technically speaking, like I'm Russell fucking Wilson. That's what you brought me here for. You brought me here to do my thing,
True.
right? And
True.
all I'm saying is, at some point in time, when you gonna be like, man, fuck all that. We about to run this, y'all. Whatever they call it, it ain't working. What we average? 15 points a game?
Like 13.5, something crazy like that.
Not even 15, huh?
No way, no how. But I really think it was the coach. You know, I don't think Russell Wilson can go from 10 to 0 that quickly. I don't think that's the case. And even if you call the plays though, KB, you don't have the same kind of connection with the players because this is your first year. He can sit in there and call plays, but they said that he was in that joint calling plays like he was in Seattle.
No, so I'm just stuck on Seattle knew something.
They did. But you heard the players.
Yeah,
what you
players
do.
were fed up.
Nobody wants to take the credit.
Yeah, that was true.
The players was fed up with who? The coach?
Russell Wilson.
Right. Because he ain't out there leading. They like, man, they even said that, whatever the coach call it can work, nigga. You ain't holding it down. Or they said, you're a sucker, you letting them run us out here like this and do this, what the fuck, come on, let's do something.
Yeah, I just never seen anything like that ever with a coach, with a veteran quarterback going to a situation and looking that bad. I just never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen something like that. For it to just turn, and with all the weapons that he had, it ain't like he don't have weapons. He had 2 wide receivers, a running back,
true,
tight end. He had all the weapons.
He got weapons.
That bad. But KB is like Trevor Wilson last year with Urban Meyer. The same situation. He looked that bad last year. Look how he looked this year.
Now look at him.
They should have stayed their ass in Oklahoma. That's the curse. For thinking they could jump ship and what I'm saying? Same thing. It's different. It ain't not. It's colder in Denver than it is in Seattle. It's a different atmosphere. The AFC played different.
True.
Y'all playing against the NFC, the stacked ass Kansas City Chiefs in your division.
True.
Shit different up here. It ain't no cakewalk like down there in Seattle.
True.
I don't think it's a cakewalk in Seattle, yo. I think San Francisco really is that division was tough. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that the Rams fell off the cliff, Arizona fell off a cliff, and that's why Seattle even came up because those teams were top tier teams last year. So that division was one of the best divisions in football last year.
That's why he ran. He stayed when it was weak. He stayed when it was weak. When it was weak, because when the Seattle was up there, San Francisco, San Francisco was like, it's like each one of them teams had their spurt when everybody else was sorry. Like San Francisco had their run, then the Rams had their run. Seattle had their run. Who else in their division?
Arizona
ain't never really have a run other than where Anquan Boulder was there, but they ain't have
with Kurt Warner. They went to the Super Bowl with Kurt Warner.
But they ain't win it though. The other teams won it.
Oh, that was against Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, against Pittsburgh when that guy ran that 95-yard touchdown back.
But the other teams, what I'm saying is Seattle, they won it a few times.
They won one time. One.
Well, they won one. San Francisco, they won. How many they won? They went, and didn't they win one afterwards?
No, they ain't win none. They went twice. One with Kaepernick, and then one with Garoppolo.
Yep, they lost.
The one against the Ravens. That's when they turned the lights out.
Yep.
I know you remember that one.
Yeah.
They tried to cheat. So San Francisco ain't win then.
No, they ain't won since the early years back in the 80s.
Yeah, it's a cakewalk ass division, man.
80s, 90s.
So and the turf, the greatest show on turf was the Rams, and Seattle. They were the only ones to win.
Yeah.
Oh no, what was the other team? Seattle, San Francisco.
The Rams won.
The Rams, right?
Yeah.
And then And the Rams had that little run though too when they was the greatest show on turf.
Oh yeah, back with
Oh
Kurt
yeah,
Warner.
yeah. Marshall Falk and them boys.
Kurt
Right.
Warner and Marshall
Kurt.
Falk. Yeah.
Mhm.
Torrey Holt. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now when
Yeah.
Seattle was dominant, none of them other teams. That's what I'm saying. None of them other teams. Like it wasn't never like two teams in that division that was banging out. All he had to worry about was Aaron Rodgers.
True.
You're right.
Back when Seattle was that terror of a team. You know, they was battling Green Bay to go to the Super Bowl on those two different times, and they destroyed Denver when Peyton Manning first year there. They destroyed them, and then in the year after that, we all know that's when we realized who got the most money, because you don't get down there. You can go into the record books and go back to back. There's a lot of teams that don't do that. You don't get a ball to Marshawn Lynch. You try to put the ball in Russell Wilson's hands, and he throws a pick on the
That
goal.
was the downfall of Russell.
Yeah,
That-
you don't do that.
yeah.
So that's when I realized it's a business. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
it's a business, and when you know it's a business, you look at things different.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's get into the next game of the week. The upset special, I believe.
Wow.
You got the Los Angeles Chargers going into Duval, going against the Jackson Jaguars. The Los Angeles Chargers got a problem at the coach. If you're a coach, you don't play your team in the last week when you have nothing to gain.
I agree.
And when you did that, your top receiver, who's been out 5 or 6 weeks this year, got hurt. Now he's questionable with a back injury. Now you're putting Justin Herbert in the same position he was in all year, without being able to have all his weapons. He's gonna have to hold the ball a little bit more. Jacksonville defense is playing better, and they're on a high. I think Trevor Lawrence, who didn't play well that last game to get into the playoffs, but their defense stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're a hot team, and I really think it's the upset special of the week. But I'll let Jason speak on it first, and I'll get back to it.
Okay. I'm guessing you calling it an upset because the Chargers are favored to win.
Correct.
Okay.
I understand that. I
I
understand.
don't
But
understand that one, but okay.
But you know how it is, Jason. They just won a division. Their record's not better. So
Okay.
it's kind of a flawed system that the NFL has.
Okay. Chargers. This is Herbert's first playoff game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So both-
And the coach as well.
Okay. Dang. Chargers first playoff since 2018. The Jags, like you said, have been hot. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. They're on a roll. I think these two teams played each other earlier this year. It was a blowout, 38-10, Jaguars. But I believe Herbert was hurt at the time. He was dealing with a rib issue.
The ribs.
Yeah. Like you said, man, the Mike Williams injury, I think that's what's going to hurt them. I believe with him playing this year, they were 8-5. They were 2-2 without him. So he's a big factor in this game. I believe personally he's their number one receiver. I know they have Keenan Allen, but I believe Mike Williams is the difference maker on that team.
Game breaker.
Another injury that happened last week. Bosa. Did you hear about that injury? He hurt his groin.
I did.
So he's questionable.
Bad coaching.
That's terrible, man. So, my boy Sunshine, he's been on a roll. Like I said a couple weeks before, it's something about this Jacksonville team. They remind me of the Bengals of last year. It's just something about them, something special I see. A-Chan, I love the running back. I think he finished top 10 in rushing this year.
He did.
And so, that being said, I just think Jacksonville, I think the game's going to start out tight. I think both teams are going to be tight in the beginning. I don't expect it to be a high-scoring game because it's their first playoff game, and that's what happens in the playoffs. Teams buckle up, you go at it. Hey, it's going to be a close one. It's going to be a good one, I think. But I believe the Jags pull it off 24-21. Give me the Jags.
Yeah, and see, I look at it like this, like you said, I think it's more pressure on the Chargers, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got a top flight quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
This is his third year,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the first time they're making the playoffs. So I think there's a lot of coach on Brian, a lot of pressure on Brian Staley. You got Doug Peterson. They playing with house money, like you said, with Seattle. They playing with house money. Nobody thought they was going to be there. They started off 2-6, 2-7, right? They started off bad. You got Travis Etienne, Sunshine best friend from Clemson, one of his best buddies and they won a championship together.
Mm-hmm.
So he hasn't been catching the ball at the backfield like I thought he would, which would create more mismatches. But that Christian Kirk signing that everybody said was the worst signing.
Didn't he come from Arizona?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
Okay.
Everybody thought that was a terrible signing, but it helped Trevor Lawrence tremendously.
Sure did.
Make the next step in his career. Zay Jones, Evan Ingram, who was a cast out from the Giants. Evan Ingram coming over there had one of his best seasons. And that front four of the Jaguars is playing great ball. Their special teams is playing great football. And when you look at the Chargers, like you said, both of them going to be tight. That's their first game. But it's going to come down to coaching. And that's what the Chargers lack, coaching. And that's one of the main reasons I say, see you, Brian Staley. You can go over to the defensive coordinator. Welcome Sean Payton to take over LA.
Oh.
I got it being 24-19. And Brian Staley is looking at his pink slip in the mailbox come Monday morning.
Black Monday.
Black Monday.
Got it.
KB, what you got to say?
Jacksonville.
Okay.
Everybody been picking them on the show. They've been proving me week by week. I've been listening, and the Chargers been letting down. I mean, they've been losing. They ain't been nothing. Yeah, man. They ain't been nothing to write home about. Jacksonville been more something to write home about than the Chargers this year. I got them going out there carrying on. I don't got them losing to the Chargers. I got them beating them. The upset of the week. Yeah, I got them beating them.
And I also think that crowd in Jacksonville, they're going to have so much energy. They're excited. And I think them knowing.
In Jacksonville?
Jacksonville. And I think they know they got a franchise quarterback and a coach that can get them to the next level. And what people fail to realize, and I guess they don't remember, before the season started, they made a trade with the Atlanta Falcons, right?
The wide receiver.
For the wide receiver, who's going to be their number one receiver next year.
Yes.
And Christian Kirk is going to fall into the slot. And their offense is going to be amazing next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you talked about that on the show like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And I think people forgot because it was a sneaky move by Jacksonville because he got suspended for gambling or whatever. He was the number one receiver for the Falcons.
Sure was.
Now what you going to think he's going to do in Jacksonville?
He going to shine.
It's going to be a difference. And I think really if they win this playoff game, they're going to start to take over that division going forward.
Yeah, it ain't because ain't nobody in that division. Who is it? Houston,
New England,
Indianapolis, and Tennessee. You know, Tennessee was running the division.
Right. Tennessee was lead. Tennessee they falling off.
New England.
Nah, New England ain't in that division. New England with the Jets and the Bills.
Okay.
No. It's Houston, Indianapolis, Tennessee. And Jacksonville. Yeah. And Jacksonville about to take over that division because he got the best quarterback. Now we'll get to the Sunday games. We got Miami Dolphins who's starting the guy Thompson, right? That third string quarterback going into Buffalo against Josh Allen. Those fans who, when it snows, they go to all the players' houses and shovel them out.
Wow.
It's a kind of team environment. It's a family environment in Buffalo. If anything goes on, they band together, do a GoFundMe page. They pay for this and pay for that. It's no way the Dolphins going in there and win that game. It's no way. The guy Hamlin, I'm glad he's home. They said he flew back to Buffalo and he's home with his family. So prayers up to him and his family. And that's just an amazing thing. And I think they're going to win it for Hamlin. And I think that's going to be their motto. So I'll let you take it, Jason.
Hey, did you see the very first play of the game last week for the Bills? Wasn't that a powerful moment?
And how about
when he ran the kickoff on the very first play? You knew that was something special. I saw that. I was like, oh, man, this team they might be destined for something this year, man.
Well, peep this, Jason. You know his number was 21, right? 2 + 1 is 3.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, it's strange things that happen. You just look up and be like, wow. But you're right, man. They're going with the guy. I believe his name is what? Skylar Thompson?
Yeah.
I mean, Tua, yeah, he's not coming back this year with the 3 concussions, which is the smart move. I'm glad they're not playing him. I wouldn't either. Thompson, I mean, he's a third-string quarterback. What do you expect him to do? I mean, I don't know. They barely put up, 3 field goals last week?
11 points.
11 points? So this
really
is
9. They got a safety at the end of the game.
Yeah. This is going to be a rout, man. And I also believe Miami's running back broke his thumb or finger, Morris.
Yeah.
So
I think
I'm not even sure if he's playing. So they definitely going to be up without their weapons. I mean, I don't see this being a game at all, man. Without Tua, they're averaging about 15, 16 points a game. They might not even get – matter of fact, they won't get that. They won't get that. It's going to be a blowout. I got the Buffalo Bills winning 30-10. They're lucky they get 10 points.
Yeah. See, I see the same thing happen, and I think they're playing for Hamlin. It's their routing call. Everybody had the number 3 on.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, even though he's been turnover prone in the red zone, he's been great at home. I got to be in a route as well, 31-10. I just think this is going to be a blowout. The defense is going to come to play.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Josh Allen don't turn it over, it's going to be a blowout. I think Diggs and Josh Allen have big games.
Oh yeah.
I think the downfall to Buffalo is going to be they don't run the ball effectively. So eventually that's going to be their Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Eventually. But in this game, it won't matter. Josh Allen's just going to go crazy. The fans will go crazy. Snowballs in the stands, all types of stuff. 31-10.
Oh yeah. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a blowout. KB, what you got?
Y'all telling me that the NFL about to set it up so the Bills win the
I'm not saying that, man. No.
Set it up for what? The Bills and the what?
They about to set it up so the Bills will win the Super Bowl.
No, I'm not saying all that. They're going to have to earn it.
No, it's just a lot they got to go through to get to the Super Bowl. Kansas City, maybe Cincinnati. I don't think they're able to go through that. So we'll see, though.
We'll see.
What you got to say about it, though?
I got Tua should retire.
Oh, right.
Their whole team. Apparently, their whole team need to retire. How many of them got concussions?
Man, I think it was about at least 3 or 4 of them this year. Tua had 3 himself, probably 4.
So I got the Bills beating them. It might be like 28-3 if they score that.
That's true.
Yeah, because they scored 9 points last week.
And the Bills got a much better defense.
Yeah. But the Jets defense is not bad.
It ain't bad.
But 9 points, it's a blowout, man.
Right.
Blowout.
They can make it. The Jets not gonna make you one-dimensional though.
Right.
The Bills gonna make you one-dimensional real quick.
True.
Indeed.
True.
So the last game. No, not the last game.
Second game. Well, we got 3 more.
No, it's not the last game. Not the last game.
Yeah. We got 3 more.
The second game on Sunday. The New York Giants against the Minnesota Vikings. These teams played maybe 3 weeks ago, and it came down to Minnesota needing a 60-yard field goal to beat them. And when we talked about one-dimensional, that's what the Giants are, one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon a bust. And for Minnesota to allow them to stay in the game with them when it's Saquon a bust is amazing. So the Giants going to go in there with a lot of confidence because they played them in Minnesota. And they just got to go there again. They rested their starters against Philly last week. So they coming in prime and ready. We all know Kirk Cousins prime time is no time because he don't show up. So this is one of those tricky games. And I'm going to tell you how I go after KB and Jason speak.
Okay.
I think this is a tricky game.
Okay. I like to give some of these quarterback nicknames. Minnesota, I like to call him Mr. Captain Kirk. Can you save me? Because if you know, shout out to New Orleans. He is one of those quarterbacks you just don't know. Like I've said many weeks before, you just don't know what you're going to get out of him. But they are at home. The last time these two teams played, you're right, it came down to a field goal. The tight end, Hawkinson.
Yeah.
He had like 109 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I remember that from fantasy. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a good fantasy week for me. I remember that.
Yeah, Justin had 133 and a tug, 1 touchdown. But also on the other side, Daniel Jones, Vanilla Vic. That's what I call him. He had, I think that was his season high, 334 yards. Barkley ran the ball for 133 yards. So I think the Giants going to come in. I think Barkley's going to be the main focus for them. They're going to pound the rock. I can see this being a little kind of like a shootout, like it was last time. I just don't think it's going to be as high scoring as last time because it is the playoffs, and normally a playoff game is going to be a lot lower scoring than a regular season game. Minnesota's defense has not been impressive to me this year. Matter of fact, I think they ranked 31st in the league this year, believe it or not. So the reason why I'm going with Minnesota is because they're at home. And I'm going to give them that. They are a 3-point favorite. And because of that, I think they'll pull it out with a field goal 27-24. Minnesota.
A 3-point game like before.
Mm-hmm.
See, I call Kirk Cousins says how you like that. And I say in prime time, I don't like that.
Okay.
So when you look at Kirk Cousins, this is going to be the only game on. All eyes on him. And what people don't realize, he was the first NFL player to get a guaranteed contract.
Wow.
The first one. You would think a guy like him that's subpar and is not a great quarterback wouldn't be the first to get a guaranteed contract, but he was. Kudos to him, his agent, and everybody that got him in that position.
Okay.
But this is not a good team. When they win, they barely win, and when they lose, they get blown out.
That is true.
Every game that they lost has been a blowout. And then they won, I think, 6 or 7 games by 3 points or less.
True.
When you're winning like that, it's a coin flip, it's a toss-up, it's a turnover that can change the whole momentum of the game.
True.
I don't trust Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
But I also don't trust the Giants to score because they're one-dimensional. And I give Brian Daboll all the credit in the world for piecing that team together with Band-Aids and tape and for them to make the playoffs.
True.
That's a hell of a coaching job by him. I think he should be up there for the year.
Yeah.
Really. They're throwing out 3rd and 4th receivers and still making it work. But like you say, Minnesota's at home. This is the game that everybody's saying is going to be the upset, that the Giants going to go in there and beat them.
I've heard that.
But I say Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, TJ Hawkinson, and that offense will get them over the hump, and they'll beat the Giants 28-24.
Got it.
That's what I got. What you say, KB?
Oh, my bad. It hit me muted. Who Minnesota got on that team?
Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, TJ Hawkinson,
Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen.
Dalvin Cook, right?
Yeah.
All right. So for the last few years, all I done heard you say is Kirk Cousins not prime time. So this is y'all just said that it's the only game that's going to be on. That's prime time like a motherfucker, right? That's prime time. And I know that you make it to the playoffs, you want to run the ball. And you saying that defense ain't can't stop shit. And the Giants can run the ball. It took a 60-yard field goal last time in the regular season. So the Giants are all right. The Giants gonna come in here feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
So I see why everybody else think that the Giants gonna upset them. And I think they're gonna upset them too. I got Kirk Cousins stinking. Give me 23-10. The Giants.
Wow.
They're gonna run the ball. You said that's the worst defense in the league. They done figured it out. And another key thing that you said, y'all know I don't even watch football. I don't even watch it. But another key thing that you said is a hell of a coaching job. So that's just letting me know that somebody gonna get out coached again. Somebody gonna come in there and open up their playbook. And I got the Giants beating them. And what you say, they lose bad? I got the Giants beating them bad. That's why I'm going with 23-10.
Okay. Bold. I like it.
23-10.
Yeah. And see, only reason I wouldn't say they wouldn't beat them bad because the Giants can't score like that. If the Giants had a prolific offense, I would agree with you. It would be a bad, but the Giants have trouble scoring.
They don't need a prolific offense.
Minnesota's defense is terrible.
They don't need a prolific offense because Kirk Cousins gonna give them the ball.
Like he did against
He's gonna give him the ball. Look, see, I ain't even watched that game. I just know, all right, well, he a horrible quarterback in his prime time. He gonna get out there and try to overdo it. They gonna sit back and be waiting on him. You know what I mean? And boom, we get it right there. The defense gonna score one. The offense ain't got to score. The defense gonna score one. The defense gonna score one for him.
Okay. Wow. And then we got two more games. My fault. Sorry about that.
Can't forget about the Ravens now.
Yeah. Sorry about that. My screen wasn't populating all the games. Now I see it very clearly.
The Ravens now.
Very clearly. We're gonna cap off Sunday with a divisional rivalry. A divisional rivalry for the last game on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We have the same teams that played last week, ironically.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Ravens going into Cincinnati. We have the Ravens possibly starting Tyler Huntley. Lamar Jackson ain't going to play because he ain't got a contract. And you got Joe Cool on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And them looking like they're going to make another run like they did last year. Ever since they gave Joe Burrow, I think week 5, allowed him to take control of the offense, they've been on the tear. He hasn't been sacked as much as before, so I think the offensive line has gotten some continuity. And he finally has Jamar Chase back. T. Higgins on the other side, Tyler Boyd in the slot, Joe Mixon out the backfield, and Hunter Hurst at tight end. So the offense is humming. Ever since Lamar has been out of the lineup, they're averaging 12 points a game. That's a recipe for disaster. So you see how vital Lamar Jackson is. He turns a subpar offense into a great offense.
True.
One man. But that one man needs to get an agent so that way he can have endorsements and a contract. Because if you look at it, Kyler Murray got a contract, never been an MVP. Deshaun Watson got a contract, never been an MVP. Josh Allen got a contract, never been an MVP. All these young guys got contracts, except for him. Why is that? because he made the decision to make his mom his agent. He made the decision to not have an agent, and now look at him, hurt the last 2 years, and they might franchise tag him, and that's going to be the worst decision the Ravens can do, and the worst decision for him. Go ahead, Jason. I said enough to do the introduction of the game.
Okay. Let me ask you guys one question before I go. If he had gotten this contract that he wanted, would he be playing this weekend?
Absolutely.
Okay. You answered my question. Okay. You know, he actually put out a tweet this afternoon. Did you see it?
No, I did not.
Lamar Jackson, he put out a tweet. I don't know if this was a
burnout account?
No, he put it out himself.
Okay.
He said he wished he could be out there with his team, but he said he does have a torn PCL, grade 2 PCL strain, and he wanted to put it out there to the fans that he wished he could be out there. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. Hey, I was just thinking that's just the PC way. Okay, I think he's upset, and rightfully so. He has a right to be upset. He hasn't played in the last 6 games because he wants to get paid, and I don't blame him. That being said, you said Huntley, he's the second string, right? You know, today was the first day he was hurt as well.
Yeah.
And they said today he was out there trying to throw the ball, but they said he was still having shoulder issues. So I'm not even sure if he's going to play. That's even more bad news, because then you're going to be left with what? Anthony Brown? Is he the third string quarterback?
Yeah, and he threw 2 interceptions last week.
But I will tell you this. I do honestly believe the Ravens defense will come out and make this a game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think they're going to put pressure. And another thing about with Cincinnati, they lost their right guard. They already lost Leo Collins earlier, but now they lost their right guard last week, starting right guard. So I think they're going to put some pressure on Joe Cool. I think they're going to get after him. I don't think he's going to put up the big numbers this week. I think it's going to be a close game. I think he's going to have a couple touchdown passes, but I think it's going to be mainly field goals. And I'm going to pick Cincinnati 20-16, but I will tell you this. I would not be shocked if the Ravens pulled this off and shocked the world. That's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay. If they're going with Anthony Brown, no shot at all.
Okay.
And I see why Lamar Jackson is mad, because they just signed Roquan Smith, the guy that they traded from the Chicago Bears, to sign him to an extension, $100 million contract.
Okay.
So if you see your teammate getting paid, all the young quarterbacks are getting paid, but you're not paid.
Right.
So
what are they waiting on? I don't understand it.
Well, they offered him a contract at the beginning of the season, but he didn't like the guarantees. So because he didn't like the guarantees, the talk stopped. But now you're in a situation where you see what your team looks like without him.
Right.
So now, did the price go up or go down? Who knows? But if they don't have Huntley or Lamar, I don't think they have a chance.
Okay.
Because Anthony Brown came out there last week and threw 2 interceptions. And sure, it wasn't a blowout because Cincinnati took their foot off the gas and knew that at the end of the day, they weren't playing for anything because they couldn't gain nothing. But now I think Chase is a guy that always plays good against the Ravens.
Okay, yeah, I give you that.
If he has a big game, then it's going to be tough. The Ravens are averaging 12 points. If you average 12 points, 3 touchdowns, you down 9. So I don't see how the Ravens can win this game. If Lamar was playing, though, I would pick the Ravens.
Okay.
Without a doubt. Because Cincinnati can't stop him. And we haven't even really seen Mark Andrews the last couple of weeks, have we?
I think he's coming back, though. I think.
Yeah, non-existent. So because of that, I don't think they're going to be able to score. And Cincinnati wins the game.
Okay.
I think Cincinnati wins like 24-12.
Okay.
Ravens score, kick 4 field goals, stay on their average.
Okay.
So I know you got a lot to say, KB. Go ahead.
Mr. Baltimore.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, y'all know I'm always keep it a buck. And I've been saying this for the last 4 years. As long as John Harbaugh is our coach, we will never win another championship. So I don't think Lamar what y'all say he was doing? Uh damn, what y'all say? I think he playing it smart
by not playing.
Oh
by
yeah,
not
absolutely.
playing. Yeah, I mean
I will.
because it's because he's underestimated out here. Everybody it's talk all around the world. He ain't the good quarterback. Okay, well, we look like two complete different teams when he ain't out there. One team we look dominant, and when he ain't out there, we look like the bad news bears. You talk about you ain't seeing Andrews and all these other people. Man, it's clearly showing the world that we got bad coaching. Now, this ain't new. The contract situation ain't new. Like, so I don't think that he upset. That's why I don't think that he upset. Because this is what the Ravens do.
Okay.
This how the Ravens do contracts. They make you prove yourself whatsoever. You know, remember, Joe Flacco bet on himself. He went out and won a Super Bowl this year. You know what I mean? Went out and won a Super Bowl. Not this year, but when he bet on himself. So that's typical rate. This what we do. This how Bashadi and them, this how they move. I
Y'all
mean,
play defense. Y'all play defensive players.
right. We play the defensive players, and they wait to the last minute to pay though, like other people. Like
Okay.
you wait till the last minute to pay you. They'll pay you. They'll work out something, but they'll wait till they gonna stretch it all in. Even if they did franchise him or whatsoever. Now I don't believe that he should franchise. Yeah, I mean, because how I feel about the NFL, go get your money, yo. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Because they gonna cut you if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna Russell Wilson you. You know what I mean? They gonna trade you. They will get rid of you. Yeah, I mean, but my whole thing is, man, I'm not a hardball fan, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. And people be like, and like when I debate with my hometown people, yeah, I mean, they say, well, who else you gonna get? And I be trying to tell them, well, who the fuck was he? He was nobody. He got a chance. Give somebody else a chance. He was nobody. They gave him. He was a special teams coach whose father and his brother. You knew them more. You knew them. You understand what I'm saying? He was the special
Mhm.
team coach. He wasn't even our first option. He wasn't even our first pick. The other guy said he wasn't coming, so boom, we got him. You know what I mean? So that's my thing, man. It just looks like, man, it just seemed like we got poor lead. I can't say poor leadership skills. Yeah, I mean, but it's like the type of guys that he like is the wrong ones. If that make any sense, you know what I mean. Ray Lewis used to come out screaming, "Where my dogs at?" Nick? Had them barking. Whoa, 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 whoa. Man, they coming out there like, "Oh, Ave Maria." You know what I mean? Ready to play football, Nick. Like, no. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying the dogs and the alphas, all the people they never make it on this run. They don't do well here under this regime. He lucked up with San Francisco because we was about to lose that game. And I know it might sound like I ain't a Ravens fan, but I'm a diehard. I don't care about no other team for real. That's the only NFL team that I watch when I do watch the game. The Ravens and the Orioles. But I'm gonna tell you the truth though. And I know what I see when I watch my team, when I look in that coach's eyes, and he always looked like he don't know. Jay, when we used to coach, right? We used to be standing on the sideline, and one of the things that I would holler is, okay, we got the other coach backflipping over there, right? And then we press him now. Go get him now. He over there losing his shit over there. Go get him right now while he ain't thinking, right? Ain't that what I used to say? That's what I
Exactly.
used to say, right?
So you gotta attack when you see weakness, man.
Mm.
He always looked like he don't know what's going on. And I get tired of hearing the same speech. That's a well coached group of guys over there. Well, when the hell we gonna be well coached?
I mean, I like the passion, y'all, because at the end of the day, that's what we need. We need more realists. A lot of people that are fans, right? What you get with a fan is you get unrealistic expectations, you get unrealistic thought process, you get unrealistic facts. They just speaking from their heart. You speaking off of intel, information that you know, what you see, and that's what you have when you have an educated fan, right? Opposed to just a fan. Most of the people are just fans, and there's nothing wrong with that.
If
But
I
don't
felt
try
as
to
though,
come and have conversations where you don't have the right information.
and if I felt as though we'll beat them, I say, yo, we gonna beat them. Yeah, I mean, like if Lamar was playing healthy, man, we'll beat them. We got
That's
a,
what I said to you, though.
we got
If
the defense. We got it. They didn't play. I ain't mad at them paying for the defense because that's where we sucked at. Because we lost them games early in the year, we was beating them. Lamar, we had points on the board. The defense gave up. The defense gave up the points. The defense let the teams come back, but scored 20, 21 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I mean, so I ain't mad at them paying the defense. I'm mad at them for still keeping Harbaugh around. All that. I've been saying it since I've been saying it. I've been saying it for years. Like, yo, this coaching staff ain't it. This coaching staff ain't it. So we don't be surprised if we go out there and get skull drugged on Sunday. I'm trying to tell you. Don't be surprised. Who the quarterback? I don't even know the third string quarterback name. But all I know is all them Huntley fans need to shut up because he is not nowhere near like a Lamar is. And everybody keeps saying, like, Lamar not a quarterback. He just a good athlete, not this, that, and the third. Man, look at what he do for the team, man. Look at what he do for the team when he out there. So pay the man. He been carrying. This is what I've been saying. See, I've been looking at it like this, Jay. When Lamar got his opportunity to play, when they first threw him in a game, he wasn't even expected. We was on the losing streak. It was like, all right, well, let's try this nigga out and see what happens. And boom, voila, he was magic out there. So it was like, okay, well, shit, we ain't taking him out. Just let him keep going. We winning. That was the first year. Took us to the playoffs. They had no clue. Next year they come in wanting to run the option and all this whole other shit. No, okay. All right. And what we do? We lead the league in rushing. And what get me is we lead the league in rushing. We run dominant. You can't stop the run. And we get into the playoffs and we run the ball 3 times. Man, what the are you talking about?
Right.
That don't make common sense to me. That's worse than not giving old boy the ball on the goal line. That's worse than that. So that's where I'm at. I'm done. I ain't
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
get it off your chest.
Yeah, we fuck around get skull drug out there on Sunday. I hope Lamar don't play. Hey Lamar, don't fuck up your contract.
Yeah.
You didn't prove to us that. Oh, that's another thing. Man, I love the fact that him and his mother is what's the dude name? Lonzo Ball father.
Yeah.
What's Lonzo Ball father name?
Ball.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they ball fam in the league. Yeah, I mean, see, I'm all for that. You don't need no middleman. You don't need no agent. Fuck all that.
I agree with you 100%, yo. But the difference with the Ball family is they got endorsements and their money is guaranteed.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying? And I'm all for empowerment and him having his mother in place. But what I like to say is, when you go to the table, at least have people at the table with you that understand the business. Don't go to the table empty-handed. Because when you go to the table empty-handed, you get nothing.
I'm going to say this, though. He said, give me 50 mil. So he knew something. And he stood on it. He stood on it. All that other stuff, I know what you paid these dudes. That's all I need to know. Like all that they want. Really, they when you listen to the experts and they say, well, you really need an agent for the cushion. Man, fuck the cushion. Tell me what it is so I can tell you what I want, what you think it is, and go out there and prove you wrong. I don't need no translator. We speak English. Ours might be broken, but we speak English.
And I agree with you 100%, yo. It's not the fact that he need an agent. He just needs somebody to know what they're talking about in the rim. That's it. That's it. Because if he had somebody knowing what they talk about in the rim, he'll have a contract. He'll have everything set up, and he'll be chilling.
But Jay, what are they talking about in the room?
Money.
Either I'm the shit or I ain't.
Money.
What we in here? Right. What we all right, so I want 50 million a year. You don't want to give me 50 million a year. Okay. Well, I ain't talking about it no more this year. I don't even know. I like that thing. I don't know why he ain't getting no. He probably ain't getting no endorsements because he run around with Kodak Black. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know too many pictures he'll be appealing on. You know what I mean? He might not got that look. He out there with the Haitian rolls in his head and all that stuff like that. You understand? If anything, somebody gonna tell her, "Hey, cut your hair." But yeah, I mean, change your look. I mean, that's what they're gonna tell him, right? But all I'm saying is it ain't rocket science in there, man. They ain't paying these agents, these guys to go in here and act like they all they doing is going in there. My lawyer took the judge out before I went to court. By the time they came back from lunch, I already knew what was gonna happen 2 days later.
Oh, we all know it's corruption, yo.
Yeah, I mean, so what? They don't want to. They don't really. They just ain't gonna like what this black lady in there talking about.
I agree. You heard what he said when y'all came back up into the first round and he was crying on stage. I want to bring this team a Super Bowl. That's what he said, right?
Right.
And now the team don't want to bring him a Super Bowl because they don't want to give him the money. And all these teams are lining up saying, "Hey, we'll take him." Of course. Because he's a difference maker, man. He's a game changer.
True.
They better. I think, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. If they pay him, they gotta get rid of Hubs. If not, he better. Man, we the quarterback, and I don't care who we bring here under this regime. I don't care who we bring here. We got talent. We always get out coached. It ain't too many games. Some of the games, I can't say this. Offensively, we look like we got in our bag this year early. We look like we was getting in our bag. But apparently not, because in a well-oiled machine, anybody can pretty much go back there and dry the cup. But, yeah, I mean, under this regime, this mindset, nah. I got to, I got him sitting out. I got him sitting out for the money. Like, man, I ain't even. We don't have no chance of beating Kansas City this year. Yeah, I mean, so no, I ain't playing. That's how these new kids is. It ain't like us. Well, we gonna go out and give it all. Come back with a knee brace. We'll go out there with the knee brace, ankle brace, fingers wrapped up, all that type stuff. Like, nah, they ain't even doing that. I don't even blame them because the league, the brass, did not really show their hands one too many times. I'm not.
Yeah, it's a new wave of people out here. This young generation do things differently, y'all. Definitely differently. But let's get to this last game.
Okay.
Then we're gonna tell people that they need to jump on board with us because we going somewhere. You see this Ralph Lauren shirt I got on, so Ralph Lauren, you need to be a sponsor. Just keep that in mind. So let's go to the last game, the Monday night game. Not sure why they put them on Monday night. Why they want to put them on prime time?
You know why?
I know why, but I don't like it. So I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You know what it is, Jason. So
All
you got Dallas Cowboys going to Tampa Bay. Don't know how Tampa Bay won that division. Don't know how they deserve a home game. But this is the same teams that played each other the first game of the season, and Tampa Bay won. It's a lot of storylines. There's a lot of information we got to get to. Take it away, Jason. Now I'll close it out. Let KB say what he got to say.
Okay. First of all, let me give a shout out to my homeboy Hump. I see you watching down there in Jacksonville, Florida. That's my brother. Love you, man. Brady. Do you know his records versus the Cowboys?
Think he undefeated?
7-0. Dak. Let me ask you a question. Do you think this is a legacy game for Dak?
A legacy game?
Yes. Will this make or break him, this game coming up?
I don't think so.
Okay, I do. I think this game is going to decide his legacy. He needs this win. In Tampa, Tampa's the favorite, 2.5 points.
Makes no sense.
Hey, Brady, his best game this year, Carolina Panthers. I think he put up 430. Evans, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. My boy, Playoff Lenny, he's about to get activated. Playoff mode. The Cowboys, they're coming off an embarrassing loss to the Commanders. You give up 309 yards to a third-string quarterback.
First start.
Dak, it looks like he's throwing a pick every game and a pick six every other game. What's going on? What's going on with them? Are they crumbling before our eyes? I'm going to tell you this, man. In order to beat Brady, you got to have a stout defensive line. Your front row has to put pressure on him because he gets that ball off so quick. That's his bread and butter. He can get the ball off in a second, half a second, but you got to be able to put pressure on him. Now, I know we had some off-air conversations about this game, what we think was going to happen. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I slept on it. This one was a hard one for me, but I slept on it, okay? I think the Cowboys were embarrassed last week. And I think it may have woken them up. I think this defense they're going to come out with something to prove, led by Michael Parsons. I do believe they're going to be able to get to him. I do believe they're going to force a couple turnovers on Brady. I think it's going to be a close game. The beginning of the week, I said, no way Tom Brady going to lose at home. I've seen this story before. But because of the way Dallas played last week, I think they're going to come out with that fire, man. I was going to say this was going to be an upset, but change your heart, my man. I'm going with the Cowboys, 27-24.
Okay. Yeah, sleeping on things sometimes make you go the right or the left or in a different direction, so I get it. Like, again, they put them on prime time. I don't know why. I mean, I know Brady's 45 years old. He had a great game against Carolina. But this team before then was averaging like 14.8 points a game. Couldn't score. I don't know what's wrong with Dak, but he leads the league in interceptions, and he was hurt for 4 games. Excuse me. So that makes no sense. I think Zeke got nicked up last week as well. They only have one guy, CeeDee Lamb. If you can stop him, what are you going to go to, Schultz? So they don't have a number 2 guy. You went and signed T.Y. Hilton off his couch? Come on. And you was clamoring over OBJ. You was trying to get Odell Beckham off an injury. So you're looking for something because you don't have it. Tony Pollard is really taking over that backfield. This might be Zeke's last game.
Deservingly so.
And I don't trust Tampa offense, but I also don't trust Dallas offense right now.
Okay.
Both of them are going in the wrong direction. We know Dak is going to turn the ball over. We know it. He's going to at least throw 1 pick. I don't know if Tampa can run the ball, even though Dallas can't stop the run. If Tampa's able to control that tempo, run the ball, play action, Dallas only got 1 corner. The other corner got hurt. So it's going to either Godwin or Evans out there getting open. And if they don't put that pressure on Tom Brady, they'll be able to get the ball out. I'm going to stick with my guns, even though I'm not a fan of Tom Brady.
Same.
I'm not a fan of Dallas Cowboys. But because, once again, you lost this team early in the season. It's been ebbs and lows with Tampa. They don't look nothing like they did the first game. And Dallas don't look nothing like they did the first game. I think Dak turns the ball over at a crucial time in the game and gives Tampa a short field, and they win the game. I got Tampa 20-17.
Okay.
Closing out Monday night, McCarthy fired, and they looking for a new coach.
You really think they're gonna fire him?
If he loses this game, absolutely.
Okay.
KB.
Man, I don't know. Because Tom Brady been playing like shit all year, right? Ain't that why Skip and Shannon got into it?
Correct.
Let me see. Dallas might come out on 5. I don't know. I think this game a toss up. You said they only give them 2 points at home. That means Dallas could win this game. Let me see. I got Tom Brady right about his wife watching the game with Antonio Brown allegedly. So I got him messing up. I'm gonna go with Dallas just because I don't want Tampa Bay to win it. So I don't even have no knowledge or no input on this game. I just know that Tom Brady been playing like crap. Yeah, I mean, but hold up, y'all said Ezekiel Elliott, he washed up.
Yes.
He just got in the league. You talking about the half a shirt wearing, the belly button.
Yo, that just saw something that said 8 years ago he led Ohio State to the championship. So it shocked me. It shocked me.
He's been in the league that year, that long.
Yeah, it shocked me that it's only been 8 years. I thought it was longer.
It's the shelf of a life. That's the shelf of a running back.
5 years.
5 years. Okay.
5 years.
So he already outplayed his weight.
And Jerry Jones paid him as well. He good.
Yeah. So I got Dak. See, I got Dak with something to prove. All right. So he can beat old Tom Brady. I got him beating old Tom Brady.
Yeah, but see, Dallas should win this game because Tampa Bay looks terrible. But when you got Dallas playing the way they did against the Commanders, against Sam Howell, when they had something to play for, I just don't understand. I think they're in disarray.
Okay. If let me ask you a question: if Tampa loses, where's Tom go? What does he do?
He going to Las Vegas.
Okay.
You know that's his guy, offensive coordinator, Josh Mick. I don't know what I'm doing. Said he want Tom Brady or Garoppolo.
I think he should be gone.
I agree. You know, I call him Josh McIdiot. That's what I really call him.
Well,
Because you lost like 5 games in the last possession after leading. It's like you're a first half team and you go to sleep in the second half. You lost to Pittsburgh on the last drive. You lost to all these teams on the last drive. That's coaching. And you blame everything on Derek Carr. I'm not a Derek Carr fan, but you blame everything on Derek Carr. You should have blamed it on yourself.
Right. He's terrible.
That's the Ravens. Coaching, just like you said.
Without Tom Brady, there would be no Josh McDaniels.
I agree. So that's it for Wild Card Weekend. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be really some great games, some possible upsets. It's going to be fun watching, and I can't wait. Let's transition into this. A hot topic that's going on. A lot of these coaches are getting fired. Why? I mean, I understand some of them. Some of them I'm confused about. Cliff Kingsbury. He should have been fired. He had a team the year before that started off like 10-0, and then in the last second part of the season, they lost 6 out of 7. Then this year, it's like his teams come out prepared, and then at the end of the year, they're unprepared. It's like he has the golden plan, but a plan that can't be sustained.
He good until he get hit in the mouth. What team he coach?
Arizona. Well, he used to coach Arizona.
Okay. So
what college did he come from?
He on the Jets well.
What was the name of that college? I know it was the Raiders, in college. The Red
Texas
Raiders or
Tech?
something like that. They
Texas
wore black
Tech?
and red. Texas Tech, I think.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So if that's the case, he coached Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
So that's how he got his job.
No, actually, they hired him after he had a terrible season at Texas Tech. They hired him. He had one of the worst seasons that he had since he's been there, and they hired him right off of that.
Okay.
So it goes back to the system of we know who the owners are, and they hire their friends. It goes back to that. He had never been a head coach in the NFL. He walks right into the door and gets a head coaching job, drafts Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray has kept him afloat. But now time is up. But the amazing part about it all is Houston said he was a candidate for their coaching job. How can he get fired in one organization and be a great candidate in another organization?
Mm-hmm.
Corruption.
The good old boy network.
Corruption.
So is this going to be the year we quit making a mockery of the Rooney Rule, or is it going to continue?
I think it shouldn't even be no running rule. I think it's a mockery. I think it's a situation where they're forced to do something they don't want to do, so they do it because they're forced to do it. Just like when we was kids, when we was forced to do something, we did it half-heartedly. But when we did it on our own, it was done in a better manner. When your mother said, "Hey, take that trash out," you in your bed ready to go to sleep. You was angry, and you was forced to do it, and you did it like whatever. So that's what this NFL system is. It's so sad that they had to create a rule in order for a black person to get an interview. And you think about the NFL. A lot of people watch it. It's a great business, but it's corruption.
The Jeff Saturday hire. Come on, man.
Straight from ESPN to head coach.
Terrible.
I think what happened with that was they were golf buddies. They had a couple drinks because the owner, he got caught snorting cocaine.
Yes.
So they had a couple drinks.
Yes.
Played a couple rounds of golf. Hey man, what you think about being a coach? I just fired Frank Wright, who was a real coach, and once you come on over here and coach, no interview or anything. It probably was no interview. And he had momentum and won the first game and lost every game since.
Yes.
But he still came out and said, I think he's a great candidate to be a head coach. What?
Okay. So during the season, it was 3 coaches that lost their job mid-season. We had Nathaniel Hackett in Denver, Frank Wright, as we talked about in Indy, and Matt Rule in Carolina. I'm going to be watching this Carolina to see what happens with them because the brother Steve Wilkes, I think that team has been playing their heart out for him. So I'm going to be watching them to see what they do with him. I think they played for that man, and I think, the team loves him, and I believe the team wants him to be their head coach. So I'm going to be watching that one. A few minority coaches that I would love to see get a shot. Offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, Kansas City.
Absolutely.
I want him for the Ravens.
Okay. What do you guys think about Byron Leftwich?
I think he should get an opportunity, just like everybody else get an opportunity.
If you're looking for a defensive coach, you want to go defense. Who has the best defense in the league this year?
San Francisco. So you're talking about DeMeco Ryans.
Ryans. You telling me never one of these 3 guys can get a chance?
See, I think it's changing to like these defensive coaches are struggling because it's turned into an
offensive. I get it.
So if you're DeMeco Ryans, you just get a great offensive coordinator and you can do it. That's all it do. You just make sure you put the right pieces in place. That's what leadership is about. You take the job, you're a defensive mind, but you get an offensive mind to go with your defensive mind, and you got a great combination.
True. They saying Sean McVay is on his way out the door. What do you think about that?
Oh, as I said before, it's the white American way. When you get what you want, you're happy, you don't complain. Any obstacles get in front of you, you run out the back door. Adversity builds character, but for them, adversity leads to destruction. They paid for a Super Bowl like the Yankees used to do back in the day.
Okay.
Paid for a Super Bowl. You didn't build on anything. You didn't build, because in the NFL, you got to build draft picks, free agency, and things of that nature. All they did was, we're going to trump the system, and we're just going to grab all the free agencies.
Okay.
You don't care about draft picks. So that's why they got an old team. They're paying like 3 or 4 guys the majority of their cap money. And if those guys get hurt, you have nothing. And that's where they at. They don't have a first-round draft pick for the next 5 or 6 years, because they mortgaged their franchise for one Super Bowl. And now everything is falling apart. And what the Wonder Boy McVay is going to do? Exit stage left.
True.
That's what they do all the time, man.
True.
What you guys say, KB?
What teams are these again?
Say it again?
Oh no, we're talking about the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're talking about, man, I want Eric Bieniemy for the Ravens. I've been screaming for him for the last 3 years. I mean, I want him for the Ravens. Other than that, as far as the Rooney Rule, I said it. People heard me say it, especially after last year, because that's when I came into it. But I know it sounds crazy. I'm a diehard Raven. I don't root for nothing but be more. But if my team ain't winning it, I want the Steelers to win it, and they ain't in it. I appreciate the Rooney Rule. At least you gotta sit them down in front of them and bullshit them, so everybody can see how much of bullshit you are. You know what I mean? But man, we need to give more of us a chance. That's just going to tie into the Deion Sanders aspect of everything. Yeah, I mean, even though I heard Prime say that he don't want to coach
in the NFL.
Yeah, he said he don't want to coach in the NFL. But he left the door open. All you top-notch guys that swear that want to coach, man, go coach in the HBCU. Yeah, I mean, go coach down there, get your walk up. Yeah, I mean, and as Duncan was saying, yeah, I mean, start your own. Start your own.
That's right.
I mean, I've been fed up with pro sports. I've been fed up with pro entertainment or how they treat us. You know, so I already feel a certain kind of way.
Gotcha.
So that's why I feel the way I feel about Lamar. I don't need nobody to go in there and negotiate nothing. It is what it is. I can read a contract. I can look at other contracts and compare and see what I want. Why I'm gonna pay somebody $30 million just to go in there and listen to them bullshit me? Just come tell me. Come tell me what it is. I bet on myself.
And you can actually, you can hire a lawyer to look at the contract for you too. Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, the proof is already on the pudding. The point that we still here talking today. I mean, but how many black head coaches are there in the league right now? How many were before they fired Lovie Smith?
They just fired Lovie.
Then you got Tomlin over at Pittsburgh.
Which was a staple, it was a constant.
Yeah, I mean,
you got Steve Wilkes, that's an interim coach, but he's still a coach right now, right? Mm-hmm. So
that's it.
McDaniels calls him. Well, he says he's biracial. I mean, the guy coaching Miami. I don't know what you consider him.
No, he was a coach in Miami. They fired.
No, the current coach of the Dolphins. He said he biracial.
Okay.
So we got about 5.
Nah.
It was about 5. Yeah, I just counted. That just was 5.
Yeah.
And don't forget, because Lovie Smith was coaching, they fired him. You got
Yeah,
12.
but we talking about right now, though.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Talking about right now.
I meant last year. How many
Well,
black
last
coaches
year,
was it? Yeah, last
I
year.
would say
Last
about
year,
5.
about 5.
It's about
So that is an increase. Because I remember when it was none.
Just baby steps.
Baby steps. Yeah, I mean, so okay, I ain't gonna knock them. They got 5. One just got 5, and the talk is he threw the game, so Chicago could get a pick or something, allegedly. What was
Yeah, yeah. You know, he used to coach Chicago. He used to coach Chicago, so they get a first round pick. But it don't matter, man.
mhm.
All this is ebbs and lows. I got Eric Bieniemy for the Cleveland Browns. Actually, that's why I got Eric Bieniemy going. You know, that system with Deshaun Watson, with those kind of weapons over there, he get a year of understanding. He can bring that same kind of offense in Kansas City over to Cleveland, and he rocking and rolling.
I
I
don't
think that's more
I don't
serious than that.
I want him to come to the Ravens. I do not want him to go to.
No, you don't. And you got
Yeah,
Sean
one thing-
Payton with the Chargers.
Sean Payton with the Chargers. I got it.
I wish
After
he
they
would go.
lose, after they lose to Jacksonville, we'll see.
Okay. I believe what you guys don't think. I think he probably would take the Denver job, but I would want to see him with the Raiders.
With the Ravens?
Raiders.
Oh, Raiders. So, but they not gonna get rid of Josh McIdiot that
should.
fast, though.
They should. Can you imagine Sean Payton with that offense?
Oh yeah, he'd be great. He'd be great with Devontae Adams. He ain't never had nobody like Devontae Adams. Sure, he had Michael Thomas, but he ain't no Devontae Adams. That's why I say though, you know, Sean Payton in LA, that's prime time for him. And Denver, I mean, he'd be out there with Dion, but it's cold.
Yeah.
He been in New Orleans. He don't want to be nowhere cold.
Yeah.
Snow.
That's what I say. It's not a guarantee that he will be coaching next year.
I don't know, but see, people was talking about Dallas. He'd never go to Dallas
because of the owner,
Jerry Jones.
Yeah. Sean not about to have nobody looking over his shoulder every week. He don't roll like that.
So you got Houston who don't know whether they going up, down, left, or right.
Houston got the Deshaun Watson curse.
This is their 5th coach in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And their 5th coach in 4 years. So they don't have a clue.
They don't have a clue. But I was reading something on Houston, the coaches that they have scheduled to interview. Eagles defensive coordinator.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. Giants offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, and the Eagles offensive coordinator.
Yeah, to do Shaikini or whatever like that.
Yeah.
But my thing is this. If you're looking at the defensive coordinator for the Eagles, you saw what he was last year when quarterbacks were averaging an 85% completion rate. Why would you think he would be a great head coach? What people do is they look at success. Sure. Defense is playing great. They're leading the league in sacks. You think that's success and that can be a head coach? That's fool's gold.
Right.
Talent changes things. If you have more talent than most people, coaching is easy. Coaching really happens when you have less talent, like Brian Daboll did with the Giants. That's coaching. When they try to grab these guys, because they do it every year, they get the guy that was on the best team or had the best record for that year. That don't mean that they was doing a great job. It just means the team as a whole did a great job. So why would you go try to pluck somebody from this organization thinking that they're going to do a good job for your organization when you have less talent? That's why you're looking for a coach.
True.
If I'm a coach, I don't want the Houston job. I'll let them sit out there and wait. You done had 5 coaches in 4 years. Y'all unstable. Why would you want to go out there?
Right.
then you look at Matt Rule, right? I don't understand how these white coaches they get fired and then they have all these people lined up to give them the next opportunity.
He's back in college, right?
Yeah, he got a job right away.
Right away.
I think he went to Nebraska, right?
Right.
And that's who Deion Sanders and them played their first home game, Nebraska.
Good.
When Chip Kelly got fired, everybody was lined up to hire him. Lovie Smith just got fired. I don't see all these people clamoring for him.
They homies.
Why is it different?
They giving each other a chance. They homeboys. The homeboy. It's been the homeboy network. Man. It's been the homeboy network, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so that's how. That is how. I mean, and the black guys gotta go to more bars and golfing a little bit more and things like that. You know what I mean? They gotta get out there. They gotta appreciate the Rooney Rule.
Yeah.
And go sit in front of them. The good old boy network. Ain't that what they call it? I think that's what they call it.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good old boy network and it's going to continue to be that.
Yep.
Because the ownership is ran by them.
Right.
Until we in a position of power and we can own some teams, then we can start to make change. No power, no change. That's just what the world is.
But
it's set up to have no power, so we can't make decisions, we can't make changes. Until we switch that, stop the corruption, it's going to always be the same thing.
That's it.
Rooney Rule, whatever rule they put in place, it's set up for them to control it. So we'll never win.
All right.
As long as Jay-Z talk about we tired of kneeling, we done with kneeling, then we stuck.
Yeah. When you now for the people, man, you know, what happens is, like I always say, we could all be in a room, 20 people. We can agree on everything. But when I open the door to go outside, I turn around and I'm by myself.
Right.
We can't unite. If we can't unite and we can't go out and unite as one, it will never be changed. We have people with different agendas. They have their own agenda, so they're never going to be on your agenda. And that's what happens.
That's it.
So go ahead, KB, lead us out on this, that this is every week. It's going to be at 7 p.m. on Thursdays. We have some big things coming up. Stay tuned with us because like KB said, you're going to be seeing a lot of us from now until whenever. So like I said, Ralph Lauren, get on board. All these guys that want to be sponsors for something that's going to explode, open your eyes, get on early, or you won't be able to get on.
Yeah, we're gonna we still got about another week or two before we spill the beans on what we got brewing, what's going to be in store for the New Year's. But we definitely have some big things there. And what Jay is talking about, he's talking about sponsors. Ralph Lauren already established. I need one of these new designers, these guys out here with their brands. I need y'all to get down. If you want your stuff prime time, if you want to promote your brand and promote what you have. It don't even have to be just clothes. It could be anything. You know what I mean? Whatever you have, if it's legitimate, we'll help you. We'll be able to put it on our platform and the next platform that we'll be on, for sponsorship purposes. So get with me. Get with us. Hit me at the number 2 EAZYONTHEEYES. That's 2 easy on the eyes at gmail.com. All right. Hit me there. Leave a message and tell them, just say you're interested in sponsorship, and I'll let you know when I fill you in on what's going on. All right, but other than that, Jason, appreciate y'all for being here today. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get back next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Yeah, I mean, and hey, you guys be safe out there. Appreciate you. Oh, Jason, you got anything you want to plug? How the people can find you? What you got going on? You got anything you want to get out there?
Oh no, I'm cool, man. I'm fine.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Jay,
Everybody, when you see this, like the channel because you're gonna get a lot of information. You're gonna get a lot of this sports information. Also, my man K got an actual podcast that he do on Sunday. So just tune into this channel, subscribe, and you're gonna be with us because we're gonna take you on a journey. So just subscribe to the channel.
Jay, tell them what you got going on. How can they reach you? What you got? You got the book going on, right?
So for me, I have my own podcast, Journey with Jay. Journey with Jay at journeywithjay@gmail.com. That's how you can reach me. I will share with you my YouTube page, my Instagram page, and all the other ways to get in contact with me next week. Right now, I'm due to have my book out, my first novel, in April.
Nice.
Be on the lookout for that. And like I said, I have my own channel, Journey with Jay, with a lot of information for you to make you think and to open you up to the things that you're not thinking about. So, like I said, I will share that with you next week, how you can get in contact with me. But you definitely can hit me on journeywithjay@gmail.com. If you want to contact me, you have any kind of questions or anything like that, hit me on that email. Next week, I'll have my YouTube page and my Instagram and all that stuff set up for you to contact me.
Nice.
All right, that's what's up. So, and of course, you can see me here. I already gave you the email, but I give it to you again. easyontheeyes@gmail.com. I'll be live on Sunday. We're interviewing the model brother Dewberry out of Dallas, Texas. So chime in with me Sunday, 5:30 Central Standard Time, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And as y'all know, for y'all who don't know, I also make custom suits. So give me your wool suits, cashmere, linen, all that stuff like that. So get with me. I'm gonna make this PG-13. So F with me. Stick around with us. Yeah, man. Promote your boy. We only gonna bring you the real, the good news, and man, we gonna give it to you raw. It's the Urban Sports Review. Remember that title? We done changed the name from Flies for Fantasy Football because fantasy over. But right now, we're going to be the Urban Sports Review. We're going to be bringing you all kind of. We're going to give you the scoop. We're going to bring y'all the scoop each and every week. Yeah, man, that's what we're going to do. The things they don't want to talk about. Maybe next week we talk about Brett Favre and we figure out where that money went at. How about that? How about we do that? Yeah, I mean, something like that. So get with us. Like I said, I'll be here next Sunday. For anybody who's looking to in the Oklahoma City area, or if you want to travel, you want to pay your own way, come on out there. We are shooting the TV series Walk, and we got a lot of good things going on. So I appreciate everybody. Like the channel, subscribe to it, share your friends, let everybody know. Like, yo, I'm getting the scoop. Hey, I'm gonna give y'all a pick. If I can give you a parlay real quick, I would take Jacksonville, Cincinnati, the Giants, and the Bills. And I'll parlay that right there. That's why I'm gonna play the parlay. I'm gonna see if I can strike Vegas this weekend. You know
I like it.
That's coming from a guy that don't even watch football, but I be picking them though. See, because my heart ain't in it. My heart is not in it. Yeah. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Maybe we can start doing some basketball picks too. Yeah, man.
No problem.
Start doing some basketball picks too. We next week when we do the news, because we're only gonna have we're gonna work that in. We're gonna work that in because we're gonna go all year round. We have to do some baseball. Have to get some baseball guys up here and all that, some soccer, whatever. We're gonna give y'all the scoop. We're gonna give y'all the scoop. And we're gonna talk about how y'all feel about them transgenders out there playing in all these different sports and things like that. I think if it's a transgender, put it on the court with the dudes and make her wrap her hair. Yeah, I mean, because that's where the testosterone and everything.
Vice versa. Put them on there with the girls. So vice versa, it go both ways.
Put who on there with the girls? Because the dude shouldn't play with the girls.
No, when the girl want to change over to a man, put them with the girls. And when the man want to change over to a girl, put them with the boys. It go both ways because you have it on both sides.
So hold on, you got women out here that transgender and they compete in male roles.
You got women out here trying to switch over to men, and still trying to play in a women's sports, right?
Oh, they still trying to. No, I thought they would be trying to play in the man sport because when the men cross over to be a woman, they playing over. They over there beating the broads up and everything.
Yeah, it don't make sense, man. Don't make sense. But
Yeah,
that's the reality we live in. You know, when they say that there's going to be confusion and dysfunction, that's what we living in.
yeah, I don't think that dude should. I think he need to fight men.
I agree.
I don't think Jason, you laugh though, but that's kind of like messed up. He go over there and beat up on a woman though.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Other than that, we going to jail. You do something like that.
True. Except for the guy that UFC, he ain't go to jail. So
What happened? They ain't lock him up.
No, sir. And ESPN ain't saying nothing about him at all. And he's on TV talking about his greatest punishment is what he got to deal with his wife. They ain't cancel him. They ain't do none of that.
I heard Stephen A. Smith say, "That's my friend.
That's my guy. I told you. Yeah, I heard it as well. They wiped it. They swiped it over. It's wrong. He shouldn't hit women. But I'm not going to talk about it. Molly was like, I'm not in this cancel culture. I'm not going to do that. He is a friend of the show. Yeah, because he got power and money. True. And with power and money, you get excused from things.
Stephen A. Smith also said that Skip is my friend too. Well, I heard him say that too.
Yeah,
he's my friend. So it's cool when the guy your friend to do something, but when they're not your friend, you ride them, you drag them.
Indeed. But that's the type of things we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna get into the things people don't want to talk about. Stay tuned with us because we're gonna reveal something in the next week or so. That's gonna be informative and it's gonna change things. Y'all gonna be looking at these things differently. Stay tuned.
All right. And on that note, we will see y'all. I'll see y'all on Sunday. Yeah, and then we'll be back. We'll be back next week, next Thursday, same time, same channel. On that note, we out of here, brothers. I see y'all next week. I'll talk to y'all on the few. Yeah, all right.
All right, my fellas. Have a good one, Jason.
All right, man. You too. Same to y'all.
Bye, KB.
All right.
Hey, Lamar kill them niggas. Let me tell y'all one thing about me. I'm a 9-2 baby, throw up my E wherever I choose to